If you're a retail or hospital pharmacist with a decent salary, but you don't want to do this for the next 20 years, this video is for you. In this video, I'll show you how to choose a high-paid pharma role you'll actually enjoy, and how that choice leads to real jobs, real growth, and real money. Not motivation, not follow your passion, a working system. You'll learn 4 concrete things. 1. How to choose the right pharma role for you, based on how you're actually wired. 2. How money actually comes in pharma, the real mechanics, not the myths. 3. How to become hard to replace, even by AI. 4. How to build freedom without quitting your job. This is Pharma Career GPS. I started as a retail pharmacist. Right after university, I really wanted to get into pharma. I didn't know how. Later, working in retail, I desperately wanted out. But I had no clarity, no system, no one to explain what I should do. Over 20 years, I worked across almost every pharma department: operations, commercial, quality, regulatory, business development, supply chain. I am executive in global pharma company, VP level now. I've seen who grows, who gets stuck, and who quietly regrets their career. Over these 20 years of experience and observation, I developed my own method to succeed in pharma. This is the method I wish someone had explained to me 20 years ago. I can't fully expose myself because of my current corporate role, but I can share what I've learned. This is not theory. This is how pharma actually works. The problem is not pharmacy, and it's not you. The problem is choosing the wrong role, based on money, prestige, or fear. That single mistake costs people years of slow growth and average income. There are 3 principles for a successful pharma career. Freedom, to choose where to work and how to work, not be forced by circumstances. Fun, like what you do every single day. Fortune, make real money. In pharma, we're talking about a multi-billion-dollar growing industry. There's huge money in every department. The question is, how do you achieve this? Pharma Career GPS is my method. Goal, achieve FFF. Find a high-paying job you will actually like. Plan, how to do it. Understand yourself and understand the role. System, make sure it happens. Execution, getting the role even without experience. Expert mode, after you get the role, you become irreplaceable. You don't work, you create. When you arrive at the right role, you're happy, good energy. You do the job faster and better. You see opportunities. Career growth and money come naturally. But all this can only happen if you understand what you want and where you're going. Let me show you how. To find a high-paid job you will love, 5 things must align. Strengths, what you're naturally good at. Interests, what genuinely engages you. Personality, how you're wired. Lifestyle, how you want to live. Values, what's important to you. Plus alignment to the reality of the role, what you actually do every single day. When these align, freedom, fun, fortune. Let me explain each one. First, strengths, what you're naturally good at. What comes easy to you? What did people praise you for in school or university? What did you do better than others without trying hard? This is your strength. In pharma, if you're strong with details and accuracy, quality assurance fits. You review batch records, investigate deviations, prepare for FDA audits. If you're strong with people and communication, medical affairs. You build relationships with physicians, present clinical data. If your role fights your natural strengths every day, it drains your energy. Second, interests. What genuinely engages you? What do you read or watch in your free time? What gets you excited? What makes your eyes light up? What can you talk about for hours without getting tired? This is your interest. In pharma, if you're interested in clinical data and science, medical affairs. You read studies, talk to physicians, present evidence. If you're interested in strategy and market dynamics, market access, pricing, reimbursement, payer negotiations. No interest in what you do every day? You'll burn out, even with high salary. Third, personality, how you're actually wired. Are you introverted or extroverted? Do you need structure or freedom? Do you thrive under pressure or need predictability? This is your personality. In pharma, if you're introverted and prefer working independently, medical writing, regulatory documentation. You own your documents. If you're extroverted and thrive on interaction, medical science liaison, business development. You're meeting people constantly. Wrong personality fit? You'll hate the work even if you're good at it. Fourth, lifestyle, how you actually want to live. Do you want to travel, work remote, office environment, stable hours, flexible schedule? This is your lifestyle. In pharma, if you want travel and action, medical science liaison, business development, you're on the road 50 to 70%. If you want remote work, medical writing, some regulatory roles. If you want stable hours, quality assurance post-approval, pharmacovigilance. Your lifestyle needs matter. High salary doesn't fix lifestyle misalignment. Fifth, values. What actually matters to you? Money? Career growth to executive level? Family and work-life balance? Direct impact on patients? Stability? This is your values. In pharma, if you value money above everything, commercial roles pay more. Sales, market access, business development, but higher pressure, more politics. If you value career advancement to executive roles, regulatory, quality, operations have clear VP paths. If you value family and work-life balance, avoid travel-heavy roles. Choose stable departments. If you value direct impact on patients, medical affairs, clinical development, regulatory affairs. You can't maximize everything. Every role is a trade-off. The question is, which trade-offs can you actually live with? When these 5 things align, strengths, interests, personality, lifestyle, values, work feels lighter. You grow faster. You perform better. And that's exactly why high pay follows the right role, not the other way around. How does this bring money? Pharma is a multi-billion-dollar industry, multi-billion-dollar budgets. There is money in every department. The key is choose your path. What fits you? If you like what you do and you're good at it and strong in it, you will work with love and easily. When you work with love and ease, your career will grow and big money will come. But understanding yourself is only part 1. Part 2. Understand the role. There are 7 main pharma departments where pharmacists can work: quality assurance, regulatory affairs, pharmacovigilance, medical affairs, sales, business development, market access, supply chain. The title means nothing. What's important is understanding what you're doing day by day. Daily tasks matter more than titles. Before you choose a role, ask, what will I do every single day? Not what's the title, not how much does it pay, not does it sound prestigious? What will you do every single day? If you hate what you do every day, no salary or title will save you. Let me give you examples. Quality assurance. Title sounds boring, but what do you actually do? You review batch records, checking manufacturing documentation for errors. You investigate deviations. When something goes wrong in production, you find root cause. You prepare for FDA audits, organizing documents, coordinating teams, presenting to inspectors. You write and update SOPs, standard operating procedures. You work with CAPA, corrective and preventive actions. Who thrives here? Detail-oriented, process-driven. Introverted is fine. You like structure. You want stable hours. You care about compliance. Who burns out? People who need variety. Extroverts who need constant interaction. People who hate repetitive processes. Medical affairs. Title sounds prestigious, but what do you actually do? Medical affairs. You read clinical studies for hours, every single day. You prepare PowerPoint presentations, scientific slide decks for physicians and internal teams. You answer medical information requests, complex questions from doctors, patients, regulatory agencies. You train sales teams on clinical data, making science understandable for commercial people. You build relationships with key opinion leaders, physicians who influence treatment guidelines. Who thrives here? Love reading science, strong communicator, comfortable with physicians, can translate complex data into simple language. Who burns out? People who hate reading studies, introverts who don't want physician interaction, people who want fast action. Market access. Title sounds complex, but what do you actually do? You build Excel models, health economics, budget impact, cost effectiveness analyses. You analyze payer data, insurance companies, reimbursement policies, formulary decisions. You negotiate with payers, proving your drug's value, pricing discussions. You prepare value dossiers, comprehensive documents showing clinical and economic value. You work on pricing strategy, what price the market will accept. Who thrives here? Strong with numbers, strategic thinker, comfortable with ambiguity, interested in business and economics. Who burns out? People who hate Excel and data, people who need clear right-wrong answers, people who want purely scientific work. And I will help you with this. I created Pharma Career Academy to help people find correct role. On this channel and in my courses, I break down pharma roles from the inside. What you actually do, daily tasks, who thrives, who burns out, how each role fits your strengths, interests, personality, values, lifestyle. After 2 or 3 years of deep role experience, something changes. Recruiters contact you, companies compete, consulting and expert calls appear. Not because you asked, because you can solve problems others can't. That's where real money starts. After understanding yourself and the role, system. How do you make it happen? What do you need to get the role? Skills, terminology, understanding daily problems, and how to get the role even if you don't have experience. For each role, you need specific skills. You don't need to be an expert before you start, but you need to understand what the role actually requires, and you need to learn the terminology, because terminology is the language of pharma. Quality assurance, you need to understand GMP, deviation investigations, CAPA, root cause analysis, audit preparation. Regulatory affairs, you need to understand ECTD, FDA submission process, regulatory strategy, CMC documentation. Medical affairs, you need to understand clinical trial design, evidence hierarchy, medical writing, KOL engagement. Hiring managers don't hire pharmacists, they hire people who speak their language. And here's the question everyone asks: how do I get the role if I don't have experience? Answer: create experience. You can't get QA experience in a hospital pharmacy, but you can study GMP, learn deviation investigation process, understand CAPA, write sample documents. You can't get regulatory experience in retail, but you can study FDA guidance documents, learn ECTD structure, understand submission timelines, write sample regulatory summaries. You can't get medical affairs experience at CVS, but you can read clinical studies, practice medical writing, learn how to present scientific data. This is how you become a candidate, not by waiting for permission, by building the skills and speaking the language. And I will show you how to do this for each role. Then, execution. Getting the role. Your resume needs to speak pharma language, not pharmacy language. Your LinkedIn needs to position you as a pharma candidate, not a retail pharmacist. Your interview answers need to show you understand the daily reality of the role. Your negotiation needs to reflect your value. This is system, step by step, make it happen. After you get the role, deep understanding. Don't just do the job, become an expert. Here's what happens when you do what you're strong at and what you love. It goes easy. You naturally go deeper. You see patterns others miss. You understand context, and you become an expert. Not because you forced it, because the work fits you. This is how you move from work to creation. Here's what most people don't know. Once you build deep expertise in a pharma role, you have options beyond full-time employment. Freelance work, remote projects from multiple companies. You choose your clients. Consulting. Expert networks like GLG pay $300 to $500 per hour. 1-hour calls with investors, your own business, pharma training, compliance advising, regulatory consulting. You can keep your full-time job and do this on the side, or build a full portfolio career. These options exist in all roles. Quality assurance experts, QA audits, compliance reviews, remediation support, regulatory affairs experts, regulatory strategy, submission support, FDA meetings, medical affairs experts, medical writing, KOL strategy, publication planning, market access experts, HEOR analysis, value dossiers, pricing strategy, business development and supply chain, same options. And here's the critical part. AI cannot do this. AI cannot build relationships with regulators or KOLs. AI cannot make judgment calls in complex regulatory or market access situations. AI cannot understand company politics and negotiation dynamics. AI replaces tasks. It does not replace experts. Expertise makes you irreplaceable. When you arrive at the right role, you don't work, you create. You're happy, good energy. You do the job faster and better. You see opportunities. Career growth comes naturally. Money follows. This is FFF, freedom, fun, fortune. Quick exercise. Rate your current role from 1 to 10 on these 5 factors. Strengths, interests, personality, lifestyle, values. If you score low on 3 or more, you're not broken. You're just in the wrong role, and that's fixable. On this channel, I break down pharma roles from the inside, what people actually do, who thrives, who burns out, where the money really is. If you want clarity instead of guesses, subscribe. This is Pharma Career GPS. See you in the next video.